The story of Lucifer and God in the Bible. The story of Lucifer and his fall is one of the most debated and interpreted themes in the Bible. Although the Bible does not offer a detailed narrative of Lucifer's fall, there are passages that are often interpreted as referring to it. The story is primarily present in prophetic and poetic texts, such as Isaiah 14:12-15 and Ezekiel 28:12-19. Isaiah 14:12-15. In this passage, the prophet Isaiah condemns the king of Babylon, but there is a metaphorical interpretation that may also be referring to a celestial figure, often identified as Lucifer. How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens, I will raise my throne above the stars of God, I will sit enthroned on the mount of assembly, on the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds, I will make myself like the Most High, but you are brought down to the realm of the dead, to the depths of the pit. This passage is often interpreted as a poetic description of Lucifer's pride and fall, as he desired to equal himself to God. Ezekiel 28:12-19. In this text, the prophet Ezekiel prophesies against the king of Tyre, but there is a similar interpretation in which some see a description of a celestial being, possibly Lucifer. You were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adorned you: carnelian, chrysolite and emerald, topaz, onyx and jasper, lapis lazuli, turquoise and beryl. Your settings and mountings were made of gold. On the day you were created, they were prepared. You were anointed as a guardian cherub, for so I ordained you. You were on the holy mount of God, you walked among the fiery stones. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created till wickedness was found in you. This passage is seen by some as describing Lucifer's fall due to his own pride and desire to equal God. Why did Lucifer betray God? Lucifer's betrayal is often associated with his pride and desire to equal God. As a celestial being, he was created perfect and beautiful, but his beauty led to arrogance. He desired to occupy a place of equality or superiority with God, which resulted in his fall. This interpretation is based on the biblical passages that describe Lucifer's fall, where he is portrayed as desiring to exalt himself above God and being punished for this arrogance. However, it is important to note that many interpretations of Lucifer and his fall are based on traditions and theological developments that came after the Bible, and not all Christian denominations fully agree on these interpretations. The story of Lucifer and his fall is one of the richest and most complex areas of Christian theology, with many different interpretations over the centuries. Origin of the name Lucifer. The name Lucifer comes from Latin and means bearer of light or morning star. Originally, the term was used to refer to the morning star, often associated with the planet Venus. In Christian tradition, the name ended up being associated with Satan or the devil due to its identification with the passages mentioned earlier, especially Isaiah 14:12. Context of biblical passages. The passages in Isaiah 14 and Ezekiel 28, which are often interpreted as describing the fall of Lucifer, should be understood within the historical and literary context in which they were written. They originally referred to earthly kings, the king of Babylon in Isaiah 14 and the king of Tyre in Ezekiel 28, but some interpretations identify elements in them that suggest a duality, where a celestial being Lucifer is also portrayed. Pride and desire for equality. One of the most common interpretations of Lucifer's fall is that he was consumed by pride and the desire to equal himself to God. His beauty and position as an anointed cherub would have fed his pride, leading him to desire God's throne for himself. Rebellion in heaven. Although the biblical passages do not explicitly detail Lucifer's rebellion in heaven, many theological traditions and apocryphal texts have developed narratives about a war in heaven between Lucifer and God's angelic hosts, and culminating in Lucifer's fall and his rebellious followers, who became demons. Theological importance. The story of Lucifer and his fall plays a significant role in Christian theology, providing an explanation for the origin of evil and sin in the world. Lucifer's fall is often seen as the first sin and the beginning of the separation between God and humanity. Varied interpretations throughout history. Different Christian traditions have developed diverse interpretations of the story of Lucifer, his fall, and his role in the world. Some emphasize the symbolic aspect of the narrative, while others interpret it more literally. Additionally, other religions and spiritual traditions have their own interpretations of the theme. In summary, the story of Lucifer and his fall is a complex and multifaceted theme that has been the subject of much speculation and interpretation over the centuries, playing an important role in theology and understanding the nature of evil and the divine. Lucifer as the most beautiful of angels, although the Bible does not provide many details about Lucifer's nature before his fall. Some traditions and later literary works portray him as the most beautiful and powerful of God's angels. His fall is often seen as even more impactful due to his privileged position among the celestial hosts. Theories about the nature of the fall, in addition to the classical interpretation that Lucifer's fall resulted from his pride and desire to equal himself to God, there are other theories and speculations about what might have motivated his rebellion. Some of these theories suggest that Lucifer may have resented the divine plan for humanity, while others propose that he was influenced by external forces or corrupted by his own inclinations. Impact on culture and art. The story of Lucifer and his fall has been a source of inspiration for countless literary, artistic, and cultural works throughout history. From classical literature to contemporary films, the figure of Lucifer often appears as a symbol of evil, temptation, and downfall. He is frequently portrayed as a seductive and cunning figure, capable of corrupting the innocent and challenging the forces of good. Lucifer's role in later theology, in addition to his importance as a mythological and symbolic figure, Lucifer also plays a significant role in later Christian theology. He is often viewed as the archenemy of God and humanity, responsible for tempting and leading people astray from the path of righteousness. The struggle between Lucifer and divine forces is seen as a cosmic battle between good and evil, which will eventually culminate in God's final victory. These are just a few additional aspects of the story of Lucifer and his fall, highlighting the complexity and depth of this fascinating theme that continues to captivate the human imagination throughout the centuries. The concept of free will. The story of Lucifer often raises questions about the role of free will in Christian theology. Some theologians argue that just as humans have the freedom to choose between good and evil, angelic beings, including Lucifer, also had this capacity for choice. His rebellion is seen as an example of exercising this free will and the consequences that can arise from these choices. The fall as the origin of evil. For many theologians, Lucifer's fall is seen as the event that introduced evil and corruption into the world. Before Lucifer's rebellion, the celestial realm was considered perfect and sinless. Lucifer's fall and his subsequent transformation into Satan are viewed as the events that gave rise to evil in the universe, resulting in catastrophic consequences for all creation. The duality of Lucifer. Some interpretations suggest a duality in the figure of Lucifer, portraying him not only as the archenemy of God but also as a being that plays an essential role in the divine plan. In this view, Lucifer is seen as one who tests and challenges humanity, enabling the development of virtue and free will. This intrinsic duality to the figure of Lucifer adds a layer of complexity to his story and the role he plays in theology. The redemption of Lucifer. Although not a universal belief, some religious traditions suggest the possibility of redemption for Lucifer and the fallen angels. These traditions argue that just as humans have the opportunity to repent and seek forgiveness for their sins, angels also may have this chance at redemption. This idea raises fascinating questions about the power of divine grace and the extent of God's mercy. Influence on popular culture. In addition to its importance in theology and religion, the story of Lucifer and his fall has also left an indelible mark on popular culture. From classic literary works to contemporary films, TV series, and music, the figure of Lucifer continues to inspire and intrigue artists and audiences worldwide. His story is often reimagined and reinterpreted in a variety of contexts, reflecting universal concerns and questions about good, evil, and human destiny. These are just a few additional aspects of the story of Lucifer and his fall, demonstrating the breadth and depth of this theme and its lasting impact on culture, religion, and the human imagination. Non-Christian interpretations. Although the story of Lucifer is most well known in the Christian tradition, other religions and spiritual traditions have their own narratives about rebellious or fallen figures. For example, in Islamic tradition, there is the account of Iblis, who refused to bow to Adam and, as a result, was expelled from paradise. These narratives offer alternative perspectives on the theme of celestial rebellion and its consequences. The myth of Prometheus. In some comparative interpretations, the story of Lucifer is equated with the Greek myth of Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods to give to humans, thus defying divine authority. Like Lucifer, Prometheus is often portrayed as a rebel who brought knowledge and enlightenment to mortals, but also faced severe punishments for his actions. The symbolism of the fall, in addition to its literal interpretation, Lucifer's fall is also seen as a metaphor for the spiritual or moral fall of any being that strays from the path of virtue and righteousness. This symbolic narrative is often explored in literature and art as a reflection on the nature of pride, arrogance, and the consequences of rebellion against the divine. Lucifer in contemporary culture. In modern times, the figure of Lucifer continues to be a source of fascination and inspiration in a variety of cultural contexts. For example, in contemporary literature, characters based on Lucifer are often portrayed as complex anti-heroes whose motivations and actions challenge conventional notions of good and evil. Similarly, in TV series like Lucifer, we see a reinterpretation of the character, exploring his journey of redemption and self-discovery. The theological debate throughout history. The story of Lucifer has sparked heated theological debates on issues such as the problem of evil, the nature of free will, and divine justice. These debates continue to occur within religious and academic communities, reflecting ongoing attempts to understand Lucifer's role in the divine narrative and its relevance to the human experience. These are just some of the many aspects involved in the story of Lucifer and his fall, demonstrating its complexity and its ability to inspire a variety of interpretations and reflections over the centuries. I want to thank all of you for following my channel and for dedicating your time to watch the videos. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel to receive updates on new videos. And if you liked what you saw, don't forget to leave a like. Thank you once again for the support, and until the next video, may God bless each and every one of you.